America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
State I've been here in Berkeley County for the last 3 years, so it's been great settling into the Low Country. We see a lot of support from people that come out and build on our job sites, that come out and volunteer at our restores, not only in Berkeley County, but you've really got 3 habitats in Charleston County, you've got another one in Dorchester County, so it doesn't really matter where you live in the Low Country, you can find a habitat to plug into, not only to volunteer, but come out and shop at our restores. That's a great place to get involved, donate, we have free pickups, great places. So all you got to do is Google it. Look us up. Berkeley Habitats, Dorchesters, Charleston Habitats. It's easy info to find.
And yeah, if people do want to get in touch, they can contact you. They can go to the internet. They can give you a call, that sort of thing.
That's exactly right. BerkeleyHabitat.org for us up in Berkeley County. That's the best way to find out about us. 761-8989 is our office, our restore. Like I said, it's all at your fingertips on the web. And again, just excited to be here. Looking forward to this year and all the promise that it has. Again, working with individuals like Linda, that's what gets us excited. They're the rock stars of our business. Being able to see families get into home ownership and all the benefits that come their way from that.
And Linda, what's it like having someone like Brian who cares so much and he's willing to help out so much? What's that like, seeing people willing to help out?
It's great, and it makes you feel good knowing that other people care. That's the thing, you know. And it's fun getting out there with other people working in the houses. I mean, it's great. Everybody just blend in.
Well, you guys are doing great work. It seems like you're really serving the community, and we thank you guys so much for all that you do. Thanks for stopping by here and popping on the radio with us. It's Habitat for Humanity. We were talking to Brian Knepp and Linda Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the game. Hopefully we can get a Charleston Battery win. I know, Linda, it's your first time here. Brian, you've been here a couple times before. So enjoy the game, and thank you so much for stopping by on 9:10 a.m.
Thanks for having us.
All right, guys, we are about to go to the anthem right now here at Blackbaud Stadium. We will be back here on 9:10 a.m. for kickoff from Blackbaud Stadium here. Arizona and Charleston Battery kicking off in just a few minutes.
Dalton, can you hear me? Get some feedback whenever you speak, sir. Oh, I wonder why that is. How long until we go live? Okay, thanks. Could we come back early, Dalton? Perfect, that would be great. Just let me know. Whose water's this? I got one, Ed. And welcome back to Blackboard Stadium. We're live here tonight, and it's game time. It's kickoff time. It's Battery versus Arizona United. My name's Andrew Bell. I'll be your host with Dane R. Lucas alongside me. Thank you, Dane, for hosting the pre-game show. Great to hear about tonight's non-profit that joined us, Habitat for Humanity, who did a ticket fundraiser for the game tonight. The supporters section in good voice away to our right. Arizona in red with the yellow socks, blue shorts. They're going from left to right. They've got the ball as we get underway here, or as we will get underway in just a second. The Battery in the home colors, the black and yellow. And they'll be going from right to left in this first half. Our referee tonight, Mr. Chris Spivey. There's the whistle, and away we go here at Blackboard Stadium. 86 degrees, partly cloudy, hopefully no rain. Slight chance, I think, has gone now. And of course, we're playing on this natural grass surface here at Blackboard Stadium. Arizona with possession. They send it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Evan Newton. First touch from him up to the halfway line. Given away by Arizona. And Mena quickly finds Dane the challenge and then loses possession. It was a poor pass from Kelly, actually. Arizona to the halfway line.
This is an interesting matchup, isn't it, Andrew, where you've got two teams that are really fighting for that 8th spot in USL Pro standings right now. Both teams on the outside looking in. Charleston Battery with 18 points. Arizona in a 3-team tie at 21 points. And obviously a big matchup here in Charleston this evening.
That's right. And you are listening live here locally on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. We're on 9:10 tonight.
That's right, we are.
And, of course, watching the stream, Charleston Battery's YouTube broadcast. Don't forget, Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. As we just mentioned, every USL Pro game streams live on YouTube in 2014. We'll get back to that as Wilson looks up here on this near side, sends a good ball in, and Kelly heads wide of the target. Goal kick.
Well, that's a common trend, isn't it? Dane Kelly getting in the mix, putting himself in a good position early on. Johnny Wilson tracks down a ball in the corner. Well placed for the veteran left back to chase onto, and Dane Kelly couldn't quite put it on target, but we've seen him get involved early and often over the course of this season. It's just a matter of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Away by Arizona United, who tied 0-0 last night with Wilmington. Kelly gets onto the loose pass. Can't find a teammate. Wins it back though. And now here's Van Schaik in an advanced position. Wide to Mena. Griffith overlapping. Ball comes in. Not the best cross from 5th on that occasion.
And it's the same lineup they went, the same starting 11 they went with against Richmond over the week on Tuesday for the 1-1 draw after dropping the weekend matchup against the Kickers 4-0 on Saturday. Came back, fielded this 11, and got a share of the spoils on Tuesday night. Coach Anheuser electing to go with this 11 again, perhaps thinking more that it sets up in terms of possessing the ball and knocking it around a few times, enjoying some possession, and allowing Arizona on the end of a back-to-back series over the weekend, maybe chasing them down and getting them tired.
4th minute here at Blackboard Stadium. No score. Charleston Battery 0. Arizona United 0. It's Antunes with the ball. Just lifts it forward. That's not a bad pass. And now here's a good ball out to this near side for Okafor. Squares it to the top of the 18. There's a strike from Matt Castle, the captain. But that doesn't trouble Additional Cooper in goal.
Okafor just testing this near side line. Johnny Wilson defending as the left back, but it's Okafor who actually didn't start yesterday, perhaps in reservations for the game here tonight, the second end of the back-to-back, but he'll be enjoying his time over here on this near side, looking to put balls in. He is tied for the leading scorer on this Arizona squad with 3 goals.
Arizona with possession on the far side. That's a good ball down the line again as they play the ball into the middle. Oh, that was a nice leave from the first striker. It goes flashing across the face. And here come the Battery with Chang, who will just breathe a sigh of relief there as Cuevas comes to collect it at the halfway line. Nice first touch from Jose Cuevas. Here's Portillo. Back to Chang. Chang slips it in, and Kelly's onside. He's in behind the defender. Kelly, can he get on the end of it? He can. Tackle comes in. That'll actually be a goal kick. It came off Dane Kelly last. In the end, the pass was it just carried him too far to the right, didn't it, Dane?
Yeah, it was a tremendous bit of vision from the middle of the park by Michael Chang, who has really blossomed over the second half of this year. Much playing time in his first year with the Battery in the 2013 season, but as he's got more playing time, he looks comfortable as the games go on. The vision right there, just put too much behind it. Even the pacey Dane Kelly couldn't quite catch up to it.
Still piling in here at Blackboard Stadium. It's going to be a big crowd tonight as Castle controls it, plays it forward, gets it back now. Arizona work it forward on the far side. It pops back into the Arizona United half. This is first ever meeting between these two clubs. Battery did play Phoenix last year. Of course, that franchise no longer in existence, replaced by this Arizona United outfit. As Wilson nicks it away, tried the little nutmeg there, it didn't come off. Portillo quick to the loose ball. Charleston with possession. Edge of the 18-yard box, it's Additional Cooper. You're listening live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. You're watching the YouTube stream as well. If you are, welcome. Thanks for inviting us in tonight. Ferguson with the ball. He's under no pressure to drive it forward, which he just kicks it away really, and the Battery players looking at each other. It's a throw-in for Arizona United.
Yeah, this is a game coming into the match here tonight where you're not expecting a goal fest, any sort of fireworks, anything like that. Of course, you never know when these two teams take the pitch, but this is a team in Arizona that's only gotten 20 goals out of their 20 games this season. The Battery just 19 in 19 games, so it's been a struggle for both of these teams putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, much on a par by the sounds of it. Quick free kick taken here from the Battery. And it's out to Griffith on the far side. I'll tell you what, the supporters section is in great voice tonight over on the far side. Out it goes to Ferguson. Plays it to Wilson at the halfway line. Under a bit of pressure, he gets it to Portillo. Well, Charleston trying to force it through there, and Arizona in their defensive shape. Just, I think we're hoping for that to develop the way it did. It's there to be one at the halfway line. Tunez gets it square. Del Piccolo, here he is again, middle of the park. Slips it forward, nice first touch. Falvey commits, get up, says the referee. A dive, perhaps. And Kelly away to the races on the right side. Oh, good defending there from the fullback to take it away from Dane Kelly. Griffith, his foot was high. That's going to be a free kick, surely. And Falvey tangling as well after the ball had gone. It's going to be a free kick for Arizona United. Two lusty challenges there, Dane.
Yeah, those two no stranger, Long Tan and Colin Falvey. They met a few too many times perhaps last year in the Orlando City Charleston Battery rivalry of 2013. It was Long Tan playing with Orlando City, obviously. The skipper here in town, Charleston Batteries, number 32, Colin Falvey, going at it early, and I'm sure that won't be the last time they have an encounter over the 90 minutes.
They actually both got sent off, didn't they, in
Yep.
the playoff game last year. So no love lost. They're just still continuing the conversation. We'll keep an eye on them. Falvey, of course, the Battery skipper. Straight into touch from the right back there. Joey Dillon. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery. Good cushioned touch from Cuevas. Now Van Schaik. Turns with possession. Not a lot on it, actually. Arizona doing a good job of closing down the gaps. It's Portillo. Forward to Mena. Back to Justin Portillo. The coast. Oh, that's loose from Portillo. He's given it away. Here come Arizona United. Across the halfway line. Gets it wide. Flag stays down. Charleston got some work to do here. Chipped in the end. Comfortable for Additional Cooper.
That's Justin Portillo getting spared. Flushes right there. Normally such a simple, very intelligent player.
That was a loose pass, which in that position, it can really get punished quickly as it's Portillo now on the ball. This time he finds his teammate in Van Schaik. It was a poor ball back to Cuevas, but he did well to win a free kick. Boy, I tell you what, a quick free kick there, and Kelly was in. Kelly wasn't expecting it. The referee is going to hold play up anyway, and we'll have a free kick, and it's a talking to, isn't it, for one of the Arizona players?
Well, you would think if he's going to hold up play like that, it wouldn't just be a talking to, but I didn't see much in the challenge right there. It was a little meg around Antunes, and Cuevas seemed to be in, but just a little bump, and I don't think it was deserving of any sort of booking at all. Fair stuff by the referee.
Cuevas over the ball. This is a chance for the home side. 11 minutes in, no score. It's Jose Cuevas with a free kick from this near side. That's got good distance on it. Headed away at the back post. Flag was up. Colin Falvey had stepped offside. Free kick.
Nice bit of defending there from John Okafor, who's the right midfielder, dropping back and marking up on one of the best aerial threats on this Charleston Battery team, Colin Falvey. Coming into this game, Andrew, it had been 404 minutes since Charleston had scored on anything but a penalty. 2 penalties within those 404 minutes, but really troublesome stuff there.
That's good work there from Chang. We'll get back to that as the ball comes into the box. Away by Arizona. Wilson trying to nick in there and win it. Looked like a foul. The referee's got his whistle in his pocket. There's the free kick. I should say Battery probably overdue a goal from the run of play, but doesn't always work like that. We played 12 minutes here at Blackboard Stadium. You're listening live on ESPN Radio 910 a.m. and watching the YouTube live broadcast. 0-0 the score. Griffith brings it forward for Charleston. Slots it in for Mena. Good ball that. Mena squares it. Cuevas' volley strikes the Arizona player. Is behind for a corner.
Well, Cuevas gets the dynamic right on that rebound attempt, doesn't he? Puts a charge into it, just couldn't get it around the one defender. I think it might have been Joseph Dillon down there clogging things up around the 6-yard box, but a good bit of play and a great ball up to Mena from Quentin Griffith, who's playing right back right now. Generally likes to push up. He'll be allowed to do so as long as Mena can hold up his responsibilities defensively.
It's Cuevas with the corner for the Battery. You can hear the crowd getting into it. Well, there's a good ball into the middle. Good work from the keeper. I tell you what, that was there for the taking. It was headed over the bar by Kelly, I think.
Yeah, one of those 50-50 balls that the keeper's always going to have a better say in, but Evan Newton coming off his line well and challenging Dane Kelly for the second time today, who's been in the box in a threatening area.
Festive atmosphere here tonight at Blackboard Stadium, a bumper crowd for Thank You Heroes night. I think there were some camo t-shirts given away on the way in. A few of those being worn already. Arizona cleared to the halfway line. Van Schaik won the header, but Arizona get to the loose ball first. Charleston win it back. Portillo finds Wilson. Lovely stuff. Very intricate in the middle there, and Charleston in the end go backwards to Ferguson. Now Chang. Back to Ferguson. Can't really play it square. He's going to have to lump it downfield, which he does. Free header for Arizona. Wilson gets position. Look like handball. Play on though, says the ref. Throw in Charleston battery. Quickly taken. It's Chang. Loops it forward for Kelly. Beaten in the air, but it's Portillo first to the ball. Now Van Schaik. Couldn't get the pass away. Finds Portillo, and that's a good ball out to Griffith on the right. Here come Charleston on the right side with Mena. Oh, he couldn't pick out Kelly. It was very tight. I'll tell you what, Arizona doing a good job, I said it before, of plugging those little gaps. Charleston with possession. It's Portillo on the ball, halfway line. Always has a quick look up, Portillo. Now Van Schaik, back to Justin Portillo.
Well, he's such a smart player, always finding those little pockets of space to drop a pass like that right there.
That's a cracking ball off the left foot to Cuevas. Mena with a strike. Will miss the target. Well, he just lifted it over the bar in the end. He'll be disappointed because he had a bit of time there.
Yeah, for me, he takes the wrong option there. Like you said, he had some time. Griffith was making a run towards the end line. He had some options in the middle, but instead elects the one touch and the go at goal without even peeking his head up to have a glance at Evan Newton's goal. So unfortunate there for the battery. You want to keep that one down, but they've been getting some good chances early on, and they've been controlling the lion's share of possession so far, which is what has been asked of this starting 11.
15 minutes played, no score. Charleston Battery 0, Arizona United 0. They were looking for help from the referee there with Long Tan going to ground. Nothing given though. Well, that's across to Falvey. Well, away in the end, but that's poor by the battery. They're really asking for trouble. Here come Arizona United. Looked about the shot there from distance. It's Tan. Oh, unlucky. Pushes it wide of the target. Goal kick, and had that gone in, Dane, there would have to have been an inquest. That was dreadful defending.
Yeah, it really was. It was a poor pass across the middle of the defense over there by Sean Ferguson, and then you leave your goalkeeper in a spot of bother back in the back with him, and he's got his troubles in the back. He's had his footwork questioned from time to time. Odesno Cooper, and right there, not the most convincing of clearances.
Good controlled touch there from Cuevas. Lovely return pass from Kelly. Kelly, oh, he looks it. Try and get it back into the box for Kelly, whose touch is heavy. And it's behind for a goal kick. I'll tell you what, though, those two combining nicely.
I was just going to say, Andrew, I don't think there's anybody more happy to have Jose Cuevas back in the mix here at the Charleston Battery than Dane Kelly. Dane Kelly was the recipient of so many goals, or assists, I should say, from Jose Cuevas in the middle of the park last year, and those two really teaming up nicely over the course of the last game or two.
17th minute, Charleston Battery 0, Arizona United 0, and it's a goal kick for Arizona. There to be one at the halfway line. Just sent forward. Cuevas won't contest that. This time he gets the ball under control though, and he finds Van Schaik, who just pushes forward. He's explosive when he goes forward at Van Schaik. It's across to Griffith, who sends it in. Deep cross to the back of the 18, back into the middle. It's awkward, and in the end it's the goalkeeper who's off his line and takes it chest high, no problem.
It's not a terrible idea for Michael Chang. The ball comes in from Quentin Griffith across the field, and he just wants to have one little dink across the box and waiting for somebody like Dane Kelly or Jose Cuevas to knock it in. Unfortunately, couldn't get it around Joseph Dillon for the Battery fans, but it was a good attempt and a good build-up.
Another one of these games tonight, that's going to be offside Kelly, surely. Well, he won't contest it, so straight through. Another one of these games, Dane, where a point doesn't do much good for either team. They need 3 points here, both sides.
Right, you look at where these guys are, both of these teams in the standings, and really from here on out, points don't do much, especially when you're playing competition for that 8th spot. I mean, you look at the bottom half of the table from about the 7th spot down. There's 7 points separating this league. So it's all in the balance right now. There is a lot to play for, certainly over the next 8, 9, 10 games. And when you play these teams that are battling for that 8th spot, you got to get points. Both of these teams know that.
Well, the flag's waving. It's going to be a free kick for Arizona United. Not a bad position over there, down by the corner flag on this near side. The Battery going from right to left in the first half. Right now, they are defending a corner.
Not a bad position for a free kick, but not a good position to give one up, is it? It was off a throw-in, wasn't much in it. Johnny Wilson, just a foolish little mistake right there.
If my memory serves me, Morrison's got a lovely left foot. Let's see. And it will be Morrison. It will be that left foot. Let's see what he can do with this. This is a good spot for him. They're all back defending for the Battery. And it's swung into the back of the 18. I must have cursed him because that was poor in the end. It's straight through for a goal kick. I think he's one of the players that played for Phoenix last year, Morrison. 20 minutes in, no score. Charleston 0, Arizona United 0.
Yeah, it certainly rings a bell, doesn't it, Morrison? And just a little to be left wanting there on that last set piece. Has that goal kick, too, from Odesno Cooper a couple times now. He's made a couple mistakes in the back.
Not a good kick out, but it's won back quickly by Charleston in the midfield. Lovely touch again from Cuevas. Chang tries to flick it over the top. It came off the defender. Can Kelly get on the end of it? Oh, he can't quite, but he's strong, and he wins it back. That was a bit late in the challenge. It's Mena at the edge of the 18. Little step over the shot, misses the target. He was looking for the top right corner. Goal kick.
That's better from Mena, though. Has a touch, makes a little move, cuts to the right, and has a shot on, or at least attempt on goal. It wasn't quite on target, but it was a good look. It was better than his first shot, and it's getting better from the Charleston Battery. Michael Chang, though, he seems intent on springing Dane Kelly in behind the defense and letting them have some chances at goal one-on-one with Newton.
Cuevas has added just another dimension to this side. Really is playing well at the moment.
There was the one chance from Arizona from Long Tan, but other than that, it's been all Charleston Battery.
So far, correct. And see if Arizona can do anything about that. Well, not on that occasion, as the player on the far side there dribbles into touch. Not sure who that was. Stisser, Brand Stisser, just couldn't keep it in. So throw in Charleston Battery. Fans still coming in here at Blackboard Stadium. As Cuevas, heavy touch from him, back to Griffith, but that's a good cushion ball. Lovely weight on it to Falvey. Falvey across to Ferguson. Chang's asking for it down the line. Well, he took too long really, and it's into touch. It'll be a throw-in for Arizona. It was good work from the striker to come across and make that difficult for Ferguson. Little slip header on. Falvey wins the loose ball. Ferguson finds Chang. Chang forward to Cuevas. Stays on his feet. That's good work. To Van Schaik, who just steps away from Long Tan, and he slips it into the gap, but too much weight on the ball there. Kelly was the target again.
Just have a look, Andrew, at how compact this Arizona defense plays. Once you get it over here to Michael Chang or Jose Cuevas on this near sideline, there's 4 or 5, 6 defenders all bunched up around him, cutting off those passing angles, but leaving a lot of space open if you were to switch the ball over to Adam Mena. So keep an eye out on that and see if they pick up on that throughout the course of this first half.
Kelly digs in defensively, and again, and he comes away with the ball, stays on his feet, looks up, tries to chip it into the gap. It's away by the centre half. Falvey with a big challenge wins it back. He was going to get that ball or go through Tan to get it, wasn't he?
Yeah, you know, he was happy to look up and see the number 29 in red going after that when you knew he was going to be always the favorite in that little encounter.
Tan, well, they were exchanging pleasantries earlier. I don't think that's a player you want to upset, Colin Falvey.
Right, Tan's no slouch himself, though. 5 goals with Orlando City last year. He certainly knows how to put the ball in the back of the net.
Newton, the goalkeeper for Arizona, with possession just outside the box. Drives it forward to this right side. Wilson is across, wins the header. And ball at the halfway line from number 12, Joey Dillon. backs the ball away, so we'll have to wait for a second to get the game ball back. Looks like Vin Duffy, our photographer, is going to lay it in there for Cuevas. Nicely done. Midway through the first half, no goals, 0-0 the score. We're live here in Charleston, South Carolina on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Welcome you in if you're watching the YouTube broadcast. If you're joining us late, you haven't missed too much. There's a long one for Kelly, who makes contact with it, but it pops away, and it's Battery and Van Schaik, the midfielder, with possession at the halfway line. There's nothing on for him. He has to go square to Ferguson, up to Cuevas, back to Ferguson. Now Portillo to Van Schaik, being closed down. That's clever, back inside to Portillo. This time he looks up and he finds Wilson in a good position. On this near side, Wilson forced to come back infield. Now Portillo. Oh, and that's a good ball, is it? No, he didn't get the weight, but it comes nicely for Mena. Sets it back for Van Schaik. Goes wide to Griffith. Left foot, he's allowed to cross it, it's overhit, goal kick.
And for me, that's just something that's plagued the Battery throughout this entire season. Once they get it in that third part of the pitch, that is the attacking third, they just sort of shut down. There's no movement within the box. There's nobody making runs when they're out wide. So Mena and Chang, they're kind of limited in their options of who they have to pinpoint and who they can pick out in the middle of the park. So you got to have some movement. You got to kind of confuse those defenders when you got a chance to swing in a ball like that. And right now, it just hasn't been working for the Charleston Battery.
20 minutes to go till halftime. Charleston 0, Arizona United 0. Live USL Pro Soccer for you tonight as Chang heads forward. Kelly's going to get on the end of it. He beats the goalkeeper, and it's a goal for Dane Kelly. Not the best defending, I have to be honest, from Jalen Robinson. Kelly, though, credit to the striker, worked hard and earned his goal.
And that's what he gives you, isn't it, Andrew? Dane Kelly, just tireless work from the number 9 in black and yellow. And his hard work is rewarded there. Jalen Robinson turned, thought he might have had a touch on the ball, but instead it was Dane Kelly not giving him an inch of space, taking advantage of a mistake in the back. And Dane Kelly shoring that one up, and that's his third goal of the year, now putting him in the lead for the Charleston Battery in goals on the season.
It says something when your leading goal scorer has only got 3.
Right.
I think Falvey's was tied for first coming in.
He's got 2, yep.
Well done, Dane Kelly. That was all about the effort, I think.
And, you know, that's the thing, Andrew, is Dane Kelly, who's had those attempts on goal. He hasn't had the joy of scoring them too many times here this year. Seeing the ball go in the back and then off some hard work, that can really, really lift your spirits. So let's see how that affects the mentality and the morale for this Charleston Battery squad.
Well, it's an awkward one, and, well played by the keeper to come and get it in the end. Let's see what the response is like from Arizona. We talked about the need for both teams to get 3 points tonight. Leave the round of applause there for members of the armed services, retired and current, which is always good to see. Arizona with possession at the halfway line. That's a good ball out to this near side. Dillon's got a bit of space to work with. Squares it back inside. Maybe a chance for a strike here. Oh, he chips into the middle. Charleston with some defending to do. Ferguson heads away. Wilson was waiting for it, but does enough. And that'll be a throw-in for Arizona, who have gone on the front foot here after conceding. Good challenge there from Chang. The referee gives the throw-in rightly to Arizona. It's Antunes with it. Into the box. Ferguson holding it up, and that'll be a goal kick. Good defending from Sean Ferguson, the former College of Charleston man. And 1-0 the score, Dane, 28 minutes in.
Yeah, and who's going to be the one to step up for Arizona right now, down 1-0, desperately needing a win coming off of a 1-1 draw last night. The farther they go into this game down 1-0, they know the longer they're going to have to chase, and the more that's going to wear them out, especially on the back end of the back-to-back matchup. Played Orange County on July 19th. That was the first time they scored more than 2 goals this season, Arizona.
Well, this is the business end of the season. They need to get it done tonight. If they can. Battery will have other thoughts about that, though, of course. Both sides desperate for points. Does make it interesting, of course, having a playoff system. Top 8 teams make the postseason. I think Charlotte last year finished 5th seed and went all the way to the championship game. Here's loose there from Van Schaik. Again in the midfield, he finds the pass after it's won back in the tackle. Now Cuevas finds Van Schaik, turns it outside to Griffith, pushes it down the line. He's got one in front of him. He's going to go inside here to Portillo. Portillo turns back to Griffith, and now Van Schaik again. Charleston.
Good job of being patient by the Battery. No, they got the lead. Don't need to force anything. Take your touches.
I thought Portillo could actually have turned to goal there, but he pulled up the other way.
It was a good ball in from Quentin Griffith, who just found that little pocket of space, split the defense, and put on Portillo. But
here comes Griffith down the right side. Falvey picked him out with a good pass. It's Griffith coming inside the right midfield. Oh, good strike straight at the goalkeeper. He palms it down and grabs it on the second attempt.
I mean, how much room were they going to give Quentin Griffith? It just seemed like every step he took, Arizona kept retracking and retracking. You got to step to him. He's got a lot of pace, and you see right there, once he has a little time to unleash a shot, he can really test the keeper.
Van Schaik volleys to Portillo. Heads on, looking for Cuevas. Beaten in the air. Chang volleys inside. Robinson lets it drop. It's out to this near side to Dillon. Dillon plays infield. It's given away. Here's Kelly. Turned into trouble. Oh, Cuevas took it in stride. It's Cuevas! Great tackle to deny him as the ball is knocked behind for a corner kick.
London Woodbury just all out, 100% effort right there. Goal-saving challenge from the number 22. And it was a bit of fortune that Charleston Battery got this slipped in.
Jose Cuevas with the corner kick from this near side. What a touch from him a moment ago. Half an hour played. Charleston 1-0 up. Cuevas curls it to the back post. Falvey heads back across. It's away. There's 2 players down. Head injury is the decision, I think. It looked like Falvey got caught in the face, and the referee will stop play to allow treatment. And of course, on comes MUSC's Bobby Weissenberger. I tell you what, if you watch the World Cup, Dane, which I'm sure you watched every game.
The what?
The World Cup.
Oh, okay.
They had a very relaxed attitude to head injuries.
Yeah, that was really one of the most unfortunate things to see over the 2014 World Cup, wasn't it? It's just the disregard for some of the challenges.
There was one where it was the Uruguayan defender.
Right, I can't remember what
he
his
was
name.
knocked out, and he kind of came to, and he refused to go off, and they allowed it. And you know, here in USL Pro, it's one of the things that's taken very seriously. I know all the trainers were invited down to the MLS concussion seminars this season, and any hint of an injury, and players stopped immediately.
It's always going to be up to the trainer in that sort of circumstance. You're not going to find a player in the world who's going to want to come off the pitch with a head injury, and really it's up to the discretion of the trainer. That's why they're in that sort of position, is to make those tough decisions. And right now, Colin Falvey's going to be one of those guys who he's going to be a tough guy to take off of the pitch. And
well, they have a concussion test, which is a series of questions, and depending on how the player responds to that, that's whether they're allowed to continue or not. So regardless of what the player wants, it's actually out of their hands. They have to pass the test. As sportingly, Arizona United send it all the way back to the Battery. That's good to see. And we've less than 15 minutes to go till the break, and the Battery with a 1-0 lead here, and possession with Justin Portillo.
Just going back to the set piece, though, it was actually a decent ball in from Cuevas. Got in touch with Colin Falvey, put it right in between Sean Ferguson and Dane Kelly on that little pass back into the middle.
Great ball there from Portillo. Good touch from Cuevas. Loose touch there from Cuevas. Ferguson, Tan, he let it run, and Falvey nicks it back off him. Here come the Battery. Falvey's going to continue forward here. They better get the ball into the box for him. He's made a long run. It's Griffith. Now Portillo. Up to Chang. Lovely pass. It's Kelly for his brace. 2-0.
And that is Michael Chang right there. All the credit in the world goes to the number 12. He has really been one of the creators of this game. Lovely stuff, and the Cuban is in fine form, but give it up for Dane Kelly, the Jamaican, doubling his tally in the first 33 minutes of the game.
He smacked that one. He hit through the back of the ball, leaving Newton not too much of a chance. And 2-0, you have to think the next 10 or 15 minutes, well, 10 or 12 minutes till the break. This is a critical time for Arizona United.
Yeah, I got to have a response here from Arizona, and you just think back to that little ball in the middle. It was Castle and Tan going for it, and a miscommunication. They really did have the numbers. It was 3-4 on 2 defenders, and instead they let the ball go trickling into the feet of Colin Falvey. Waste of possession right there, and on the other end, it's the Battery who get one back. So 2-0 and a mistake, a couple of mistakes by Arizona have led to this deficit that they've put themselves in the first half.
Given away there by Dillon, but they win it back. Here come Arizona now. Can they hang on to possession for a moment? Just get their composure and maybe try and find a response, a goal before the break. 10 minutes remain of this first half. It's Charleston 2 now, Arizona United 0. Antunes turns away from Cuevas. Keeps going. He evaded the challenge of Chang, but into touch goes the ball. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery.
You just get the feel, Andrew, that this is the sort of game like the last time we saw a West Coast team travel out here to Blackbaud Stadium. LA Galaxy, Los Dos, came out here while they were in second place in the league and dropped a 3-0 result to the Battery here in Charleston.
It's a difficult place to come at this time of year. And of course, it's very hot in Arizona, but this is a much different type of heat. It was at 60% humidity today. It's difficult to run in it as Wilson runs into trouble. Given away by Arizona, though, and Van Schaik can bring it forward. Wilson's going to push through. Kelly's trying to stay on side. It's still Van Schaik, and still tackled. Portillo, first to the loose ball. Wide to Dane Kelly. And wisely, I think, back to Chang at the halfway line.
Just going back to the heat and that sort of point, I was talking to Coach Anhauser before the game here today, and that was one of the things he was stressing was, you know, it's hot in Arizona, but they don't have this humidity, and especially coming off of the back end of a back-to-back series over the weekend, this is going to be a very, very physical test for this Arizona squad.
Although, having said that, when we played in Arizona in Phoenix last year, it was incredibly hot, and I think credit to both teams that night or that afternoon, because the fitness that you have to play at this level in these kind of conditions, either here or there, is remarkable.
Yeah, it seems silly to hear you might have an advantage with the heat against a team from Arizona, but it's a different sort of heat, isn't it?
That's right. Here are Arizona now on the ball, looking for a goal to get back into this game before the break. Falvey digging in defensively, push after the fact, and it's Tan who's got on the end of it. He pushes it wide, and there's 3 in the middle for Arizona. Here comes the cross, straight to Cooper, who drops it and grabs it on the second attempt, and it's a quick throw out for Chang. Chang finds Kelly at the halfway line. Digs in, but loses the ball with his back to goal. Falvey with the challenge. Here come Arizona again. Out to this near side, it's Okafor, and still stays on his feet, and the shot wide of the target. Goal kick.
Well, you got to think he's going to be one of the ones to if this a comeback comes or any sort of sign of life from Arizona, it's going to come from John Okafor, leading scorer with 3 goals for Arizona and 1 assist. So over here on this right side, he's going to want the ball a good bit going up against Johnny Wilson.
Van Schaik to Griffith. Back it goes to Colin Falvey. Forward to Chang. Lovely touch from Chang to Cuevas. Oh, he slips it, trying to slip it back inside. And it's Arizona with possession. Critical point in the game. You have to feel as Portillo wins it at the halfway line. Charleston have it back. The pitch, by the way, if you can't see from the broadcast, or if you're listening locally on 9:10 a.m., is in magnificent condition this evening. Much better than it was this time last year as Kelly finds Cuevas. Back for Kelly, top of the 18. Can he take it on the volley? He can, but that one ends up behind the goal. Goal kick.
Well, it's not like Dane Kelly ever needs an excuse not to run. He seems like he is giving it his all throughout. From minute 1 to 90, and a quick sub here. Not sure if it's because of an injury or tactical switch, but it seems kind of early to be put in a sub.
It's got to be an injury to Antunes, who can't continue. So on comes Garza, Sam Garza, new signing for Arizona United. Straight into the action here. 39th minute. 2-0 to the home side. The Battery. Van Schaik wins the aerial battle, but it's Del Piccolo who has the ball. And again,
excuse me, Andrew, Antunes not getting any medical attention over here on this sideline. Just got to wonder if maybe that is the heat taking its toll on this second game in 2 nights.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's hope he's okay. Switch to the far side from the captain, Matt Castle. Throw in Charleston Battery. Right by the supporter section on the far side. It's Falvey now for Charleston.
No need to rush.
No need to rush at all for Charleston. It's 2-0 to the Battery as Wilson chips forward. He missed out. Chang, good touch from Cuevas again. Here's Cuevas now. Turns into a tight area. Keeps possession. Now Chang. Turns again with possession, Michael Chang. Well, Wilson's offside, so they can't go down the line. He's going to have to go all the way back to Disnell Cooper. Falvey asking for it, but Cooper will go to Sean Ferguson.
You know, we've been watching Battery games all year, Andrew, and just if you're a fan of the Battery, it's so nice to see Jose Cuevas back in the mix, in the middle, linking up those midfielders with the strikers. It's made things so much more effortless for the middle of the park. You think of guys like Michael Chain, Justin Portillo. These guys don't have to be that playmaking creative type. They can play their game. They can play their role. Allow Jose Cuevas to do that, and it's freed things up for everybody else on the team, I think.
I think you're right. 40 minutes in, 5 to go until the break. 2-0 to the Battery. Griffith gets hold of the loose ball and brings it away. Just shrugs off Garza and picks out Wilson now on this near side. Wilson steps infield with it. Griffith leaves it for Van Schaik, who's got the space to look up in front of him, and it's now Kelly on the far side. Kelly's going to try the cross-court ball. It's asking a lot of Chang. Chang won't get there. Goal kick. Charleston, incidentally, will head to Montreal for a rare morning game, 10:30 a.m. against the Montreal Impact reserve squad. We'll have that game for you live on 9:10 a.m. Looking forward to that. And it means that we get home the same day as the game, which never happens when you go to Montreal. Been a while since we played the Impact, since they were in USL. Of course, now a force in Major League Soccer, somewhat of a force. It's a foul called at the halfway line, and Arizona United are going to have a free kick here. And I wonder whether they'll just send some bodies forward and just try and put this one into a good area, because there's only a couple of minutes before the break, and they could really use a goal here.
They could really use anything, any sign of life.
He plays it short there, Dane. Out to this near side. Still a chance to perhaps send it forward. Okafolo, with Wilson inside him, goes backwards to the substitute Garza. And now Dillon. All the way back to Robinson. Garza again. Trying to cut that one inside Portillo. It's a throw-in for Arizona United. In front of the Charleston Battery bench. Strike the arm of the player, looked like it. Place says the referee, it's a throw-in for Arizona United. What's the referee saying here? Play on, I think he's saying. Get on with it, boys. Tam was looking for it to be thrown in early, but it's a short throw-in. Garza just rushed his pass a little bit. Here's Griffith, and he can step away from the player, and he's got some pace. He's got Mena in front of him. Here come the Battery with numbers. Mena inside, looking for the 1-2. Kelly's onside. No, he's off. The flag goes up, and it'll be a free kick for Arizona. There was a shout for a free kick there as well, Dane.
Yeah, you know, I think the referee might have got tied up. Something happened where it was a 1-2 with Mena and Griffith, and Mena went running and might have got bumped a little bit, and that's what sprung Dane Kelly on offsides. Excuse me, he wasn't the original intended person to get that pass. And of course, Dane Kelly with a brace sitting on a hat trick. He sees a ball hanging around the box. He'll be the first to jump at it.
He's not going to pass, is he? I mean,
No.
you got to go for it when you're on a hat trick. Why not?
Of course, Jose Angulo over the last couple of days just had a first half hat trick with 3 penalties.
Which is very unusual.
Very.
Struck his chest, says the referee. Charleston pick up the loose ball. It's
Oh,
hit long. Great
wow.
ball for Chang to Kelly. Kelly in a wide position. He's going to have to wait for support. Down by the corner flag on the far side. Sets it back to Mena. Mena looks up. Back outside to Kelly. Kelly first time ball to Cuevas. Quick turn from Cuevas. He was looking for the corner, but the defender knew what was coming, and that's well done by Arizona United. On the ground, given away. The pressure invited back on. It's Griffith. Garza gets the challenge in. Cuevas controls possession on the far side, goes to ground. The referee says throw in, Charleston Battery.
For me, the most impressive and the most fun person to watch here in this first half has been Michael Chang. He has really seemed like he's been enjoying his freedom over here in this near side, playing great balls from all over the park, and really allowing his vision to impact this game.
Stay with us at halftime. We'll have full halftime coverage for you. I believe we're going to get to talk to Eric Bowman, who's company Spark sponsored tonight's game. He's also a major sponsor of the Battery.
Oof.
One of his
Heavy
companies.
tussle in there.
Yeah, some nice lusty challenges there. Garza on Van Schaik, no problem with that at all. It's going to be a free kick for the Battery though.
It's just a chance for everybody to push up, but you can't get caught 45th minute. They've been caught before,
Well,
particularly against Richmond.
If the Battery convert here, it's game over in my opinion. And
Right.
You're right, this is a dangerous moment in the game to give up a free kick. It's a Battery free kick. Cuevas with that right foot curls it in. It's a good ball in. It's a comfortable catch by the goalkeeper. Charleston's 2 big boys. Falvey and Ferguson saying they should have had a free kick there, or a penalty it would have been, wouldn't it? The referee's not having it. We're in stoppage time at the end of the first half. 2 minutes have been added on. Charleston with a 2-0 advantage over Arizona United. Dane Kelly with both goals. Still time for Arizona to pull a goal back before the break. As the tackle comes in, Dane, your thoughts quickly on this first half?
Well, Coach Anheuser came into this game with a very specific game plan set in mind. He wanted to keep control of the ball. He wanted to possess. He wanted to get Arizona chasing a little bit and let the humidity set in over the course of the 90 minutes. And with a 2-goal lead, he has been allowed exactly that. It's going to be tough for this Arizona squad to regroup at halftime, but if they want to make a playoff push towards the end of the season, they know that they got to come back in these sort of games.
Good movement there from Tan, who went to ground. If he stays on his feet, he's got a chance to get on the end of that pass. It was a lovely bit of interplay between the 2 forwards there.
And I think he goes down because he knows that there wasn't much of a chance of him getting that, so you might as well lay it in the referee's hands and let him make the mistake of making that call.
Arizona let that one bounce, and Kelly's going to make it difficult for them.
He's already made him pay for like that one time.
Can't be too much time remaining here. 45th minute. It's a throw-in for Charleston. Here comes the ball. Jose Cuevas with it. Now Chang. Just scoops it forward, and it's into touch again. The referee will award Charleston Battery another throw-in. Chang. Well, that was a bit obvious. Hard challenge by Van Schaik. The referee has seen enough. Half-time here at Blackboard Stadium. 2-0 the score at the break. We are going to go to break. When we come back, the halftime show live from Blackboard Stadium. You're listening live on ESPN Radio 910 AM, and we'll be back with more after these words.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
How are we doing, Dalton? Perfect one. How are we doing, Dalton? Perfect, thank you.
It's great to see Dane finally stepping up and putting a couple goals in the net after a long season so far, and hopefully this is the beginning of a huge turnaround. Stream is a app, STRE.am. It's a live video broadcasting app. It's really the fastest and easiest way to share live video. It sits on top of a social network. All you have to do is hit that little green button, and you can share life's experiences with your family, your friends, and anyone on your social setting.
So potentially something you could use at a soccer match at a USL Pro game.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're excited to for all the fans to be downloading it today. We're excited for the fans to be sharing that with the community and really showing the talent that we have here in Charleston.
Well, that's great. You know, you mentioned Dane Kelly. I mean, you've watched the Battery a ton. You've come with us on the road. The guys just haven't been able to score goals this year. Maybe those 2 goals for Dane changes it a little bit.
Yeah, I hope this is the beginning of a huge run for him. It would be welcome in many circles.
Well, Eric, you actually came with us on a pre-season trip. You saw some of the players we were looking at. I think Coach Anhauser's got a good squad. Maybe the results haven't gone the way that Charleston thought they would or should have this year, but you know, hopefully it can turn around.
Yeah, it's definitely a young team. Coach is doing an amazing job bringing talent into the community and bringing the next level of players. You know, a lot of those players have chances at the next level, and you know, that's a real important piece of what we're doing here is preparing them.
We're talking to Eric Bowman, who works for Spark, owns the company Spark, and actually it's the Spark logo on the giveaway shirt tonight. But we're talking about Stream, the app, which is the app of the match, which the Battery do at some of the Battery games. And I believe if people are listening locally, if you download the app and show the guy at the door, you get into the Three Lions Club after the match.
Absolutely. If you're locally listening to the match or sitting in the stands listening to the broadcast, all you have to do is go to your Droid Play Store or Apple iOS Store and download that, and you'll get into the Three Lions Club and probably get a drink on the house for having it. So appreciate all the support here, and we look forward to taking this app globally.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck with that. Thanks for that, letting everybody into the pub after the game. It's going to be absolute madhouse, I'm sure, but we'll look forward to that. Eric, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us at halftime, and we'll see you again soon.
I appreciate it again. Thanks, Andrew, and thanks to all the fans out there that make this possible every day. Thanks.
All right, brilliant. That was Eric Bowman, folks. Download that app, stream, get into the Three Lions Club after the match. It's really, really cool. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more from the halftime show. Dane, our Lucas will join us. It's halftime here at Blackboard Stadium, Charleston. Battery 2, Arizona United 0, the score after 45 minutes. Back with more after these words. How are we doing, Dalton? Perfect. Thanks, Dalton. This will be a quick break. And welcome back to Blackboard Stadium. Halftime here, Charleston Battery 2, Arizona United. The score after 45 minutes. It's been a good evening's work so far for the home side, the Charleston Battery. You're listening here live on ESPN Radio 9, 10 a.m. My name's Andrew Bell. Will be your host tonight, continuing coverage of the Charleston Battery's USL Pro match. And let's just do a quick recap of the first half. And, well, the Battery, it took a little while, but they got the first goal in the 26th minute after some great individual work from Dane Kelly. He won the ball from the defender, ran in and just pushed it past the keeper. Let's see, 33rd minute, it was 2-0 with Michael Chang laying it in for Dane Kelly, and Kelly smashing it home. It was a super finish, 2-0. That's the score at halftime. We're a couple of minutes away from the second half kickoff. Stay with us. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll bring Dane Arlucas in for that second half kickoff. It's the Battery 2, Arizona United 0. Back with more on ESPN Radio 9:10 a.m. How are we doing there, Dalton? How long, sir? Welcome back to Blackboard Stadium. Half-time has concluded. We're about ready for the second half kickoff. While we have a second, let's read our required ads. USLProSoccer.com, soccer scores, stats, news and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. Visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USLPro. Make sure to follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. And Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And finally, every USL Pro regular season and playoff game streams live this year on YouTube. Features include DVR, chat, social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Battery and the Arizona United YouTube channel today. 5 seconds are left on the clock of halftime, and 2-0 the score. The Battery will be going from left to right in the second half. Chris Spivey is our referee. Charleston have the ball at their feet. We are right at the whistle. And away we go, Dane.
Griffith getting a quick touch. He was very active in the early part of this first half, making runs up and down this, I guess it was far wing last half.
Arizona, well, that's given away by Portillo, and he turned Falvey inside out. Here's the ball to the back post. A chance for Arizona. Wilson's there, gets it away, but oof, Charleston come out of the blocks a little bit slowly at the start of the second half there.
Yeah, Portillo just giving it away at a bad area, and it was, I believe, the substitute, Sam Garza, making a move-on goal.
Here they come. It's Garza. They must have got the hairdryer at halftime. The shot will miss the target, and it's a goal kick for the Charleston Battery and Additional Cooper. Minute into the second half, 2-0 the score. Charleston's goals coming from Dane Kelly, a brace.
And a sight for sore eyes around here at Blackbaud Stadium, isn't it? Dane Kelly, 2 goals coming into this game, doubled his tally on the season in just 32 minutes, I believe.
Looking for a third to get that hat-trick if he can, as the ball is there to be won at the halfway line. Ferguson sends it forward, and Cuevas on the end of it. Turns into trouble. He went to ground with a grimace. Just had his ankle clipped. The referee was right there and blows his whistle. No damage done.
Jose Cuevas obviously with this team for the 3rd game now here in Charleston, back after spending some time in PDL action, and actually twisted his ankle on the first game of the PDL season. Had to battle throughout the entire season with that injury, but he's feeling back to 100% fitness, and now it's all about finding the form, which indications from this game tell you he's done.
Oh, good touch there from Griffith, but it was just heavy. He was begging Falvey to play it, and Falvey finally did just lift it down into that hole, and it was a good run from the right back. Comes to nothing. Charleston 2, Arizona United 0 the score.
Well, you got to love that, as you're right back pushing up, offering those runs for those balls over the top, and when you're as quick as Quentin Griffith, you can take those sort of chances. On that occasion, took a heavy touch, but almost got to it with his blistering pace.
Free kick Arizona at the halfway line. Referee blew his whistle there, Mr. Spivey. Taken short to Garza. From the skipper Castle, that's won well there by Wilson, and Kelly is offside. He was on the wrong side of the shoulder. The ball coming just a little bit too slow for him. Or maybe he started his run too quickly, but Arizona need to be careful. They can't concede a third. They have to go for it, though, Dane, don't they? They've got to try and get back into the game.
Yeah, you got to push numbers up. You got to take chances when you can, but you got to be responsible in the back when you push those numbers up. You have to be accounted for when your wing backs fly up the field, and you got guys like Dane Kelly who have a tremendous amount of pace and can get in behind these central defenders if you allow them a chance. So you got to be careful, but all at the same time, you want to push up. You want to give yourself opportunities to get back into this game.
Sean Ferguson for the Battery. Plays it to Falvey.
Another bad giveaway.
Given away again, and they're asking for trouble. Charleston and Falvey caught there as the ball comes back, and it's Griffith who comes flying in. There was a foul, though, and it'll be a free kick for the Charleston Battery.
Yeah, the skipper's got to be a bit more mindful in those sort of situations. You'd expect an experienced veteran like him to be a little more careful, a little more thoughtful in the back, but he was able to clear the lines, clear the danger with a little offsides trap played with his central defensive partner, Sean Ferguson, in his second year out of College of Charleston.
Charleston play it forward. Away by Arizona. Cuevas goes scampering after it. It's all the way back to the goalkeeper. Kelly also running through. It's away by Arizona, who are trying to get back into this match. Tackle comes in on the far side. It's there to be won. Wilson gets a piece of it. The referee looks across. It'll be a throw-in for Arizona United just inside the Battery half. This game being broadcast live locally on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. and live on the Battery's YouTube channel. It's a flick header on, and that'll be comfortable for Adisnell Cooper in goal, who will just carry the ball across and wait to pick it up. Remember, Charleston with that 2-0 lead, in no hurry to get the game back underway, although playing at home in front of the home support, you've got to think they're going to show a bit of an attacking, some attacking instincts in the second half as the ball is played through. That's a good ball. Kelly is offside again, just offside on this occasion. Free kick, Arizona.
How about Jared Van Schaik spotting that run, though? Dane Kelly, if he was offsides, no more than a yard, because that was tight at the back. And it was Woodbury and Robinson tracing back real quick. As we got a little injury in the middle of the park. It looks like it might be
Del Piccolo, who's gone down to one knee. He's taken the knee, and we'll see if he can continue. The trainer for Arizona United going to come on. So a short little break in play here. 5 minutes into the second half. I tell you what was great at half-time. There was a swearing-in ceremony for the Army, and it looked like about 20 young men and women took their oath and joined the Army here at the stadium.
Yeah, not a better place to do it, is there, right here on Heroes Night at Blackbaud Stadium. It was really kind of nice to see them out getting their recognition that they so deserve. We thank them.
Charleston, of course, with a proud and long history militarily. Joint Base Charleston here, of course, which encompasses Air Force, Navy, and a small Army contingent. And we have the C-17 squadrons here, and it's really tremendous job they do just over the road there in North Charleston at the Air Force Base. If you're flying into Charleston, if you look across to your right as you land, you'll see the C-17s and the Air Force Base, which shares the runway with the civil airport.
And I know you frequent that spot quite a bit, don't you?
I love it. I'm over there all the time for sure. And the Battery, of course, a big supporter of Joint Base Charleston. As there the change is made, and it's a Saint-Cyr coming in as Del Piccolo, unable to continue, makes way. 2-0 to the Battery, 53rd minute. Charleston will give the ball back to Arizona. Nice sporting gesture.
And that's both the defensive midfielders who have gone out of the game in the starting 11. The defensive midfielders have been the one to come off, the only two substitutions for Arizona. And you just got to wonder if that thick, warm Charleston air is starting to take its toll on this team.
Oh, lovely sequence there from the Battery. Kelly looks up. Can he find a teammate? He can't, because he was fouled And that's going to be a yellow card for London Woodbury.
And he comes up just clasping his hamstring. I hope he didn't overstretch anything right there in attempts to try to get the ball from Dane Kelly. But good work by Dane Kelly. It was a bit of beauty and brains right there, wasn't it? It was an intelligent play, but it was also very, very strong from the number 9.
That was a tremendous bit of control as well leading up to that from Cuevas. Chang helping it to Kelly. They're playing well tonight, those three. Here's Cuevas now. Over the ball, free kick for Charleston just inside the half, and he drives it looking at the back post, looking for Falvey. It's headed away by Arizona. Van Schaik is there, turns away from Garza, goes backwards to Wilson. Wilson on the left side, clips it forward. Cuevas, or rather Mena underneath it. Chang swings it in, headed down for Kelly at the edge of the 18. He leaves it for Mena. Mena chips to the back post. It's not the best cross really, and he'll be disappointed there, Adam Mena, because he had a bit of time to look up.
Well, I think he won't be the only one disappointed. Justin Portilla was right there waiting for a half volley to drop right to him when Dane Kelly actually came in and played the part of central defender, took it right from his laces, and ended up looking wide to Adam Mena, who put in a disappointing ball, but Justin Portillo right there waiting to put a strike into that.
10 minutes gone in the second half. You definitely feel like there are more goals in this game. It's Falvey heading away for the Battery. Arizona chasing the game. Bring it down with Garza. Forward to Tan. Lovely back heel. He gets it wide to Okafor. 2 in the middle. The cross strikes the back of Wilson. Okafor wins the header into the middle. It's Falvey who heads away. Castle turns into trouble. Falvey is there and he looks up. He's telling Kelly to chauffeur it to feet. Kelly, lovely little slip ball through. Mena's going to give chase, but the keeper's going to get there first. No problem. Clips it away to the halfway line. Portillo challenged. Was looking for help from the referee. It doesn't matter because Griffith has it. Plays an awkward one in for Van Schaik. It wasn't a good ball from Mena. And here comes Tan now, and it's a good challenge from Sean Ferguson. It's a free kick. I think Tan left a little bit on Ferguson after the ball had run through.
Yeah, it's strong. It's brave defending from Sean Ferguson, who sees Tan charging in, took a heavy touch, knows that he's going to have a knock in his future, and he takes it like a man. He stands in there tough and draws the foul from Long Tan, who has been relatively quiet in this game. Had that one chance in the first half, but this is a guy who was brought in to sort of turn things around for this Arizona squad and did a good job of it in the first 4 games that he's been here. They've scored 6 goals, and he's scored 2 of them in the last 2 games that Arizona's played. So he's done a good job, but Charleston, knowing who to focus in on and zone in on, trying to keep him quiet. Again, with the back passes to Cooper, you got to be careful.
He's struggling with his kicking tonight, Cooper. It's into touch, but he'll say, and I'm sure Hudok, Dusty Hudok, the goalkeeper coach, will agree, that is not a bad thing to do. If you're in doubt, safety first. Into touch it goes. It's headed into the 18-yard box, and Cooper is there to pick it up.
Shame on some of his defenders for putting him in that situation and in that position to make a mistake, perhaps. And they know that sometimes Desno Cooper isn't the most steady of foot.
Oh, lovely control from Kelly, and that's a good touch. He flicks it wide. Mena was watching the game. He wasn't watching the ball, and he slides in and wins it back. Well done, Adam Mena. Leaves it now for Cuevas. Cuevas looks up, spirals one in, and he can do better than that and apologizes to the players who'd made lung-bursting runs from the back, including John Wilson, to no avail.
Yeah, he's going to be the one that's most disappointed with that service into the middle. Adam Mena does a fantastic job of tracking it down. Dane Kelly put one out there that seemed to be almost impossible to track down, but it actually opened up some space because I think the Arizona defenders kind of gave up on the play as well.
Big kick out from the goalkeeper, Newton. Lovely little flick on. Okafor will make John Wilson work for this. Down by the corner flag, turns it up the line. Chang, good bit of skill, but does he do enough? No, he's given it to Okafor, who jumps the challenge. The referee has a look and says goal kick, Charleston Battery.
And I think they get a little fortunate there. It was Okafor who just jumped on the challenge from Michael Chang, who's been in great form here today, but maybe trying a bit too many flicks and tricks in the wrong position and giving You don't want to give a chance to a team that's down 2-0 off a cheap opportunity or a cheap giveaway in the back.
Cuevas there trying to be a little bit clever and just put that through Woodbury's legs. It didn't come off. He loses possession, but at the halfway line, no real problems. It's Arizona with possession. They're looking for a way back into this game. We're approaching the hour mark, and here they come now on the far side with Okafor. He pushes it down the line. Maybe a chance for a cross from that far side. He's dragged Ferguson, the fullback, out. That's a nice touch into the box. Wilson read the danger. Cuevas goes tumbling. The referee says, get up, young man. It's Sancir for Arizona. Now Okafor, who's looked the liveliest of the Arizona players. He gets the cross in, but it's behind for a goal kick.
And I mean, Okafor seems to be the only one really putting it in for this Arizona squad. You see him working tirelessly over there on that far side, and then when he finally has a chance to look up and put in a cross, who does he see? Nobody in the box. Long Tan's up by the D, and it's over here. It's Matt Castle and Brad Stisser outside of the box on this near side. So
yeah, Stisser's got to get forward there and support from that left wing, doesn't he?
Yeah, you got to think so. If they're going to have any chance, you got to put bodies in the box and put yourself in a position to actually score goals.
Kelly's running at them, top of the 18, heavy touch. He gets it across. It's a good ball. It's away by Arizona. It was just behind Jose Cuevas. It's end-to-end stuff here as Arizona push it wide to Long Tan. Tan working against Griffith. Cuts onto his right foot, the former Vancouver Whitecaps man. Now Castle, the skipper. Plays it forward to Okafor. Back to Castle. Game slows down as the Battery get players behind the ball. Charleston 2-0 up. Hour gone. You're listening live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Join us on Monday, 10:30 a.m. for the game against Montreal Impact. I think the Battery players have an opportunity to go to the Montreal-Portland game as well tomorrow night, which I'm sure they will. There's a strike! Oh! Hit that well. Saved by Additional Cooper.
Yeah, it was Stisser just filtering into the middle right there. It was a good bit of intricate tiki-taka sort of passing in the attacking third, and it's set up for Stisser nicely, but Odesno Cooper barely tested, barely had to move. And that's always going to be easy for such a good shot stopper like the young Cuban.
Took a touch there and pings it across for Falvey. Tan's going to come in and put a little bit of pressure on Falvey, who just rolls it past him. Made him do all that running for nothing, and it's Van Schaik now, who slows it down. Almost could put his foot on it if he chose to. Rolls it to Ferguson. Ferguson back inside to Van Schaik, who's coming, sitting in between the two central defenders.
It's a tough task to ask from Arizona, but you got to think if you want to get back into this game, you got to push numbers up, start pressuring.
Oh, good ball from Chang to Wilson, who's in behind the fullback. Wilson's got time to look up. Can he get the ball square? He can, and it's Kelly, and it's deflected over the bar by the defender. I don't think he knew anything about it. It's a corner kick for the Battery.
Oh, and you'd fancy your chances if you're Dane Kelly right there in that sort of situation. I actually thought Johnny Wilson took a bit too long making up his mind. Adam Meta was wide open on the back post.
I think he was thinking, here's your hat trick.
Here's your hat trick. Yeah, that's the veteran doing his veteran duties right there, hoping to get Kelly back into the mix.
Corner kick for Charleston. Cuevas with it over by the supporters on the far side. Be a lot of noise in his right ear right now. It's Cuevas for the Battery. Whips in a great looking ball. Oh, it was begging for a touch and everybody missed it. Goal kick.
How did it get through everybody? That's a great ball, exactly where you want to put it. And nobody steps up to put the finishing touch.
Lovely, driven, spinning ball from Jose Cuevas. And it went through a crowd of bodies. They were flying forward and no one made contact.
You just can't say it enough how much he has revolutionized the attacking aspect of the Charleston Battery here over the first 3 games. Obviously the 4-0 against Richmond was a bit of a bump in the road, but Cuevas finding his form, finding his fitness, and really, really coming to the aid of Charleston Battery in an essential part of the season.
Okafor lays it down the line for Sancir. Okafor again. Arizona got to find a goal to get back into this game. It's Castle now. Goes backwards to the halfway line.
You know, we were talking about Morrison off the set piece in the first half earlier, but we really haven't seen too much of him pushing forward, trying to use that left foot, whipping those crosses that we usually see him, and we're so accustomed to seeing him do.
Wilson's touch heavy, and Sancia with the ball back, cuts inside, looks for Garza. Garza with possession, plays it back and square now to Castle. Morrison, the left back, joining in. Now Tan. He's come from deep to get it. Oh, that's a nice little ball back to him. He's going to have a crack, but you're not going to score from there, I don't think. Cooper maybe was just favouring the other side of the goal, but it was from such distance. 64 minutes in, 2-0 to Charleston.
And that's just a sign, Andrew, of a team starting to get frustrated, a little short of chances, and taking anything you can get, any space or any sort of look at goal that you can have a chance at, taking the opportunity in long hand. A speculative effort, to say the least.
Great ball there to the halfway line. It's Cuevas, and he's asking Griffith, the right back, to join in. Griffith now cuts inside. Morrison on his left foot. He smacks that one, and that's well wide of the target. Almost hit the beer garden over there on the far side. It's a goal kick for Arizona United.
Well, he's done excellent work here throughout the course of the first 65 minutes of the game. That last touch just let him down a little bit, but Quentin Griffith has gone up and down this near side, and he has really done a great job, not only pushing up, but defending. Such a reliable defender because he uses his pace so well. He can take those chances, but he knows when he has the chance to get back and recuperate.
Free kick is the decision of our referee, Chris Spivey, at the halfway line. 25 minutes to go. Charleston looking for another goal, which would probably put this game away. Arizona still right in here. If they could get a goal now, it would change everything. Falvey flicks the ball forward, looking for Mena. Mena forced wide, actually came off the defender, so it's a throw in here for Charleston. Level with the 18-yard box on this near side. Griffith up from the right back position to take it. Rolled in by Portillo. Lovely turn and touch from Cuevas. He's through and he overhits the cross. He put that little nutmeg on that left back Morrison, and well, he'll be angry with himself there because in the end the final product was lacking.
A bit overzealous there from Jose Cuevas, who did the hard part, just needed to put in a ball with the appropriate amount of care and caress, but couldn't quite do it after a sick set of sequences of moves over here on this near side.
Chang plays it inside to Cuevas. Lovely touch back to Chang. It's Kelly at the edge of the 18. He'll leave it for, well, he won't leave it for Cuevas. He tries to flick it in. It's away by Arizona. Cuevas gives him a piece of his mind. Here's the ball over the top. Falvey is there defending, no problem. Back to the keeper. Well, there's some more indecision from the Battery captain and goalkeeper, but they get away with it. Down the line from Charleston. One back in the midfield by Garza.
And like we've been saying, Andrew, you can't allow a team like Arizona that has been so short on chances these opportunities off of mistakes in the back, stuff that you create on your own if you're the Charleston Battery.
Still very much
one
goal. Part of this game here, Arizona United.
You got to think one goal would certainly turn things around and make things a bit more interesting.
Well, yeah, it would put the pressure all the way square on the shoulders of the Battery. Both teams here, and particularly the home side, looking for maximum points. And it's Garza now for Arizona United. Plays a short one inside to Morrison. Squares it to the captain. Arizona with possession. Tan comes to collect it from just outside the box, flicks it wide. They've numbers in the box. It's Okafor, plays it inside, headed down, but not the best clearance. Charleston under pressure, but in the end, the shot from Garza. He was looking for a perfect ball into the corner, and it's a comfortable take for the goalkeeper, Adisno Cooper. The Cuban asylee. And it's a big punted clearance from Cooper, looking for Dane Kelly. Headed away by Arizona. First to the loose ball are Arizona United. It goes all the way back to the keeper. Kelly will chase it down. And a good clearance from Newton in goal. Tam won the aerial battle, but it's Griffith who controls the loose pass. And it's flicked forward for Mena. Mena chest down for Cuevas. Little shake of the hips. Oh, it's an awkward one. It's given away to Tan. It's Tan pushing forward. He goes inside Van Schaik, rides the foul, gets it to Okafor. He's got Sancia wide. Sancia with possession now. Right side. Inside to Okafor. Good first touch, but too heavy. behind for a goal kick. And I think we're going to see a change. Adam Mena's run himself into the ground and will make way for Zach Prince here just before the 70-minute mark. Actually, no, it's going to be an Arizona change first. Schumer is going to come on for Castle, the skipper. I thought he did well tonight, Matt Castle. Prince comes in for Mena, as we mentioned, and he worked pretty hard there in the midfield.
Yeah, Mena, I mean, he was offering support for Jose Cuevas out wide. He was serving him balls for Dane Kelly. Didn't quite get to make the impact that he had, and that's been kind of the case throughout this whole season. Mena's been a bit quiet, if we're speaking honestly, but that's a great touch.
Lovely touch from Chang, and Prince works it wide to Griffith. Griffith puts his head down. He's got three in the middle. Can he get the cross in that is required? He finds Prince at the top of the 18. Prince goes to his left and now back to Griffith on the right. Griffith working against Morrison, goes to ground. That'll be a free kick for the Charleston Battery.
And it sets up very promisingly for an in-swinging
I think it'll be Van Schaik will come across with that left foot, Dane, and it'll be Van Schaik to take the free kick from, where is it? About 5 yards outside the box towards this near side, level with the 18-yard box. 70 minutes gone. Charleston 2-0 up, looking for a third, and it's Van Schaik over it. Crowd would love to see another goal. Overhit, surely that. Yep, straight into touch on the far side, goal kick. Well, got to do better there, Dane.
Yeah, in a tighter game, you would be very, very disappointed in that. With a 2-goal cushion, that doesn't hurt as bad, but Jared Van Schaik generally so good with the dead ball opportunities, and on that one, just let it go to waste right there.
Arizona are going to make another change with Dacker's coming in to make way for Okafor. Makes way for him. I thought he did well tonight, Okafor.
Yeah, Okafor was really the only sign of anything to get started for Arizona here. Him and Castle did well together for a very short, brief time in the first half, but really they've been shut down by this Charleston Battery defense, who've done a great job. Johnny Wilson did a good job with Okafor over there on that far side, but now Dacres comes in, Kadeem Dacres, who has just as many goals as Okafor does, 3 on the season. And how about that? A nice ovation for Jose Cuevas, who once again does not put in a full 90 minutes of service, but Dante Marini coming off the bench.
Big high five from the head coach Mike Anhauser as Cuevas makes way for Marini. 20 minutes to work with, just about Marini, as Portillo's touch is good. He jumped out of that challenge. That was not a good tackle, was it, from Garza, who came through the ball, left his foot high, and there's some pushing and shoving.
Yeah, he's not going to make any friends by that sort of protest.
I mean, that's a yellow card at least, isn't it? And he's saying that Portillo's making the most of it, but I think he had a very high, his foot was high there, and he knew it.
You leave yourself in there like that, you're open to any sort of a booking, and quite frankly, any sort of a retaliation from the opposition. And the captain stepping up and letting Garza know a little piece of his mind.
Well, they have to be careful here, because you don't want to lose a player either side, really. And you have to say, on reflection, that's a yellow card.
Yeah, and tough to argue when you get up from that sort of challenge.
Portillo's up and okay, by the way. Let's see what the referee decides. Garza's going to have to come across to get his, the referee now, he's going to consult with his linesman just to make sure there was nothing too untoward in the melee that ensued, which didn't look like it did. But remember, in the playoff game last year, Falvey and Tam were both sent off down in Orlando for what really was not too much. Is he going to the back pocket?
Wow.
Let's see.
Let's have a look
Chris
here.
Spivey is our referee tonight, folks. 73rd minute. Yellow card. There you go. Yellow card.
There we go.
after all that.
Garza,
and a yellow card
Tan.
for Tan and a yellow card for Falvey. So there you go. Tan and Falvey's card friendship continues.
Yeah, I think they've been deserving and earned that one over the course of the last 74 minutes.
No real damage done, I have to be honest with you. It was just a bit late, and I think Portillo saw it coming and jumped out of the way, so he's fine. It's a free kick for the Charleston Battery. We're headed towards the last 15 minutes here. Not quite there yet, and it's Ferguson with a right-footed ball forward, looking for Kelly at the top of the 18. Headed down and away. Marini gets to the loose ball. He finds Prince, who thought about the strike. He squares it, and it's behind for a goal kick.
And it's a good idea, isn't it, from Zach Prince, who has it fall to him right at the corner of that 18 and just kind of puts a little slap shot across the goal, hoping that there might be a deflection from Dane Kelly wandering around the penalty spot.
Aminu Abdallah is up off the bench, and Jared Van Schaik will make way for him here. Remember, Charleston have a game on Monday morning at 10:30, so not a lot of time between the games. I'm sure Coach Anhauser would have been hoping for a bit more of a cushion, because this game is still very, very much there for Arizona if they can find a goal.
Mr. Steady coming off the field for the Charleston Battery. Jared Van Schaik, so sharp all the time. He's been teaming he's been teaming up well with Justin Portillo, whose new defensive midfield partner these last couple of games.
That's a lovely cross-court ball. Wilson has to head it away defensively, and that will bring up an attacking throw in here for Arizona United, down by the corner flag, who still have a bit of fight about them. Lovely turn, he gets around Wilson. Tackled, though, by Ferguson. Wilson, ooh, little nutmeg. He gets it back to Ferguson in the challenge. Ferguson will knock it off the Arizona player, and that will be, actually came off Ferguson last. It's going to be a corner kick. Well, Wilson had a chance to clear it there, Dane.
Yeah, he got a bit too cute with it, went for the nutmeg and tried to keep possession, which you can do when you're feeling in form, feeling quite nice. And
no, this is a chance for Arizona. Set pieces are perfect opportunities, and here's the corner. Good ball into a good area. It's up and away by Abdallah. Cooper comes, and the ball's gone behind for another corner.
What I was saying, Andrew, is that you might have a tendency to do that. You shouldn't do that in the back, but you might have a tendency when you've been feeling a little in form.
Just shows you that even with all that experience that John Wilson has, sometimes you don't do what you should do. As the ball comes in again, and it's punched away this time, and Abdallah hooks it away, and now Kelly on the end of it. As that Marini takes up the running. It's Kelly now. Oh, he's got Portillo in Akers on the far side. He misses the target with the pass. Oh, and that one's out for a throw-in on the far side.
Well, it's not quite his game, is laying those dimes from the middle of the pitch, but I think he had one eye on the bench right now, because he knew he was coming out, sitting on a brace. It's Javier Cordovez coming into the game. Cordovez
comes in. It's Kelly on his 2 goals to make way for Javier Cordovez, the Cuban. And well, he's visibly upset about that last pass, but what a good game from Dane Kelly.
I mean, how much more could you ask for? He was involved up until the first, into the first couple of minutes with that header off of the Michael Chain cross. You knew, and you got the feeling that he was going to be in the mood tonight. Whether he was going to finish his chances off was going to be determined, but he did the determining and finished off some great goals.
That's a lovely ball into a good area, and Cooper has to go down bravely. Good football from Arizona United, and Adesno Cooper up to the to the task there.
A couple of these subs have really been working out for Arizona so far. It was, I believe, number 10, Shuma.
Here's Cordovez for the Battery at the other end. Had his foot just taken away from him, and it'll be a free kick. Morrison the foul, so a chance for Charleston just to slow it down here for a second. Once you get into that last 10 minutes, it becomes increasingly difficult, doesn't it, for the other team, for Arizona to find a way back. They really need a goal. Charleston will just try and take the sting out of that response that Arizona has mounted. It's Prince over it for the Battery. Whips it in. Good ball. Falvey is onside. The header misses the target. Goal kick.
And you sort of get that feeling, don't you, Andrew? You just mentioned it briefly, but Arizona's starting to find themselves, even though it may be late in this game. Some of these substitutes have done a good job coming off the bench and started sparking things for Arizona.
I think it's been a very good second half from Arizona.
Yeah.
They took the game to Charleston whenever they could, particularly in the opening 5 or 6 minutes. They just haven't been rewarded with a goal. As Abdallah wins the 50-50 at the halfway line, plays an early one in looking for Cordovez. It was a lovely flighted ball, but well defended by Arizona. Tackles flying in. That'll be a throw-in for Charleston.
Great ball there from Aminu Abdallah, and it was an important touch by London Woodbury.
Looked like a foul throw and looked like a handball. And it'll be a throw-in again, this time for the Battery on this near side. I'll tell you what, they're still having a real go at each other, these two teams. Throw comes down the line for Marini. Takes a touch down by the corner flag. Still Marini. Finds Prince. Prince appealing for a handball again, not given. Arizona need to get it forward quickly here. That's given away to Abdallah in the middle of the park. He's got acres of space in front of him. He's going to line up a shot, hit it well. Saved by the keeper.
And if you watch Charleston Battery games over the course of the season, you know Aminu Abdallah can hit that, especially when he's got some time and some space. He was a guy who played a whole lot of minutes earlier on in the season, has seen his minutes sort of dwindle as we got into the second portion, but certainly willing to take shots on goal from any sort of distance.
If that's anywhere else on target, that would trouble the goalkeeper. Straight at him on that occasion as Portillo, who's had another very good game tonight, Justin Portillo, heads into touch, throw in Arizona United. 10 minutes to play here at Blackboard Stadium. Charleston have a 2-0 lead.
Oof.
That was not a good touch from Morrison, but it was the central defender, Woodbury, to recover.
Yeah, we've talked about how Cuevas has really impacted this Charleston Battery team.
Given away, and here's Cordovez, edge of the 18, on his left foot. The shot is blocked. Can he get it back? No. Well, you know what? If he could open up to his right side there, he's in. As it is, it's Arizona who have possession with Tan. Works it wide, and then puts his head down to get into the box. Here come Arizona. Reverse pass. Ferguson has to turn, and Wilson is there to help out, and Charleston get it away.
I mean, that's great team defending, isn't it, right there? You get around one defender in Johnny Wilson and it's Sean Ferguson right there doing the defensive cover-up, and then Johnny Wilson coming back, supplying him with a little bit of protection. Oof.
That's offside, and there's no excuse for that. There's Marini on the far side, knows he was caught offside. He was just flat-footed, and it'll be a substitution here for Arizona United. Morrison is going to make way for number 9, Jonathan Topp.
Disappointing from Morrison, who really didn't get to make his mark on this game. Of course, he's had Mena and Quentin Griffith pushing up all game. He's had his defensive duties to rely on first, and then he can worry about pushing it up, but couldn't quite get in position to put in any balls that were of any sort of problem at all for this back line for the Charleston Battery.
Prince trying to make it hard for them to get the ball away. It's played back to the goalkeeper. Don't forget to join us Monday morning, 10:30 a.m. We'll be live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. from Claude Robillard Stadium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. For the Battery's next USL Pro game, it's an inter-league game versus Montreal Impact Reserves. That one off the Battery defender Ferguson. It's a throw-in for Arizona. They take it quickly. Little touch to the wide. It's away by Ferguson. Cordovez, the closest Battery player, and gets a tackle in to cause some problems. It's a throw-in now for Arizona United on the far side.
Well, I was thinking exactly what you were at the beginning of the second half, Andrew, is that there's no way this game could have ended at a 2-0 decision, and
well,
so far
may still be goals in this game, Dane. We'll see. There's about probably 10 minutes if you include stoppage time remaining. Arizona with it, swing it into the box. That's easy for Additional Cooper, who has a look, but I don't think he's going to launch this quite yet. Now he will. Spins it up to the halfway line. Cooper does enough to win the throw-in. No reason to take a quick throw there. Marini will come across, and here comes the ball. Marini's going to leave it for Quentin Griffith.
Little pick me up for those heavy legs for Charleston when you got E1 kind of going a little nuts over there, voicing their chants.
Here's Prince for Charleston, absolutely. They're loving it, the players. I'm sure it's Portillo into a good area, flicks the ball square. That's a good idea, but no one was really attacking it, and it's behind for a goal kick.
And that's Justin Portillo just kind of having a chance at goal, having a look at goal, and taking that chance. He's been robbed of a couple opportunities, sometimes by his own players, by their own admission, and there he just has a look at goal, sees a little path and takes it on, but unfortunately for the Battery fans, didn't put it quite on target.
Nice bit of control there from Abdallah, back to the goalkeeper, Cooper. Good clearance. Cooper's sending it forward, but Cordovez was offside, so that's going to be a free kick for Arizona United at the halfway line. They may as well throw bodies forward here. It's played short out to the right side. Sancier with it, the substitute right back. Good touch through, but Wilson is there to win it back. Abdallah finds Portillo, had to go to his backside to keep it going, and now look at Quinton Griffith. If Prince can see him, Griffith's made a super run into the box, squares it inside. Good defending by Sancier. That's going to be a corner kick.
We're 84 minutes and it's 95 degrees outside with 60% humidity, and Quinton Griffith's making that sort of run.
He has got the pace of the world when he chooses, and he flew forward there. Was looking for Cordovez at the near post. As it is, it's a corner for Charleston. There's still time for a third here, you know. 5 minutes to go till the end, or till the 90, and it's Prince to take the corner. Prince drives it in, headed away by Arizona United. Marini under the loose ball, looks up to the byline, sets it back into the middle, away by Arizona. It was a good try. There was a bit of a pull on Ferguson's shirt. The ball hit to the halfway line, straight to Falvey. Charleston keep the pressure up. It's Prince. Oh, into a Chang. Chang cuts inside. He could have hit it first time, but I guess he wanted to get it onto his left foot. Goes to ground, and Arizona have it back.
Man, after his performance, especially in that first half, you would think he deserves a goal, and he's always going to want to and favor that left foot.
It was a nice little, just laid it in inside the box, and looking for that finish, but couldn't find it. Throw in Arizona. They throw it in square. The pressure on from Cordovez, but he'll find Sancier on the far side. Now Arizona across the halfway line. Up it comes, and all the way through to Additional Cooper. Following the game in Montreal, Charleston will have another game next weekend or next Friday night in Rochester, New York, against the Rhinos. The old rivalry. That's a Friday night game, 7:35 p.m. And I think we'll be live on ESPN Radio 9:10 a.m. Don't forget, Monday 10:30. Charleston Battery versus Montreal. Have it for you live as Chang flicks it into the gap. Marini's in behind everyone. Chance for Dante Marini. Save. Oh, off the post, off the crossbar. Surely no. Saved by a body in front of goal. It's Chang who goes to ground. The referee is going to give him a yellow card for diving. Insult to injury. What a sequence though, Dane.
That does hurt. You almost feel like Chang thought they might have deserved that penalty after Marini does all the work, gets into the box, and actually puts a decent shot on goal, but you gotta give some credit to Evan Newton. The fans are not happy with the decision, but I think it was a just one in the end.
Well, they were lucky there, Arizona. That should have been 3. Marini shot, hit a player, and then hit the crossbar. Charleston dig in defensively. It's away by the Battery. I think it struck the arm of the Arizona player. There's not too much time left now. 88 minutes. I think Charleston are going to push on here and pick up the 3 points, which will lift them above Arizona in the tables, Dane.
Yeah, big time win if they carry it out. They still got a little bit of work to do, but there is 3 teams at the moment before this game started tied at 21 points overall. Charlotte, Harrisburg, and Arizona, and you might as well add one more team into that blender. Michael Chang, he's not going to get an ovation right now from the fans. We're probably a little cheered out after this game, but certainly deserves a round of applause, and here it comes right now. Michael Chang had an excellent first half, probably the best we've seen him play.
Chang's off, and Mueller's on at right midfield.
right midfield. He's a bit of a utility man, and that's, I mean that in the best sense of the term.
What a header from Mueller.
There you go.
Into Marini, squares it back inside, looking for Cordovez, but defended away by Arizona. Mueller's full of running, having just come on. So's Marini, and Mueller wins it back. Finds Portillo. Very rushed it down there. Now Arizona with it at the halfway line. Here they come. They're still full of fight. It's Garza. Waits and now swings it out to the far side. 89th minute. Arizona looking for a goal. Both coaches up off the benches looking in. It's behind for a corner kick. And this is a chance, and you have to think Arizona need to convert this.
I mean, why not push everybody up? You got London Woodley back here at the center spot.
They're keeping two back because Cordovez has stayed high for the Battery. Here's the delivery. Good ball in, near post header away by Wilson.
Of course, if you're not going to beat the first man on that near post, what's the point in pushing bodies in the box at all?
I think Arizona's coach, hands on hips, not happy about that. Here's the throw-in. Comfortable header away for Ferguson. Marini quickly onto it. Charleston have it. Oh, he's opening it up for Griffith. He's got the pace, and he's behind the Arizona player who brings him down. And that's a yellow, is it? Well, I don't know. I think that should have been a red card, Dane.
And you know, sometimes intent gets factored into the equation right there, and that was full of intent, as he knew exactly what he was doing. He takes a little chomp out of Quentin Griffith's back of his foot.
He was gone and he was headed in. They'll say, well, there were players covering, but there was no intent to win the ball.
To be fair to him, it's the only chance he has at saving a goal-scoring opportunity.
Oh, no, for sure. I think he takes a red card there. If it's that or let Quinton go in, but he got a yellow, so he'll be very happy. But it's a chance still for the Battery, I'll tell you what.
And for Quinton, how disappointing is it? I mean, you make all those runs all game long. You see all that open space.
Here's the delivery from Portillo. Some pushing and shoving in the box. They're still fighting, these players. Swung in. Abdallah was there. Goal kick.
Took a little deflection off of London Woodley's head, which is why Abdallah had a bit of difficulty with it as he tried to put it goalwards. And 4 minutes of extra time here in this second 45. A little more chance for Arizona to do something in stoppage time.
I don't know where the goals would come from at this point for Arizona. Tan has worked his socks off, but he's having to come back into midfield to try and find the ball. They need 2 goals quickly. Charleston hold the whip hand. Arizona with it. Fans singing away. Here's the captain in the absence of Castle. Woodbury gets it wide. Stisser, who is tackled and caught in possession by Mueller. Mueller's got space to attack. Cordovez has to stay onside. It's Marini now. Oh, Cordovez, he's onside, but the keeper is out sweeping. Looked like he was offside, really. Good header away there by Falvey. It's Mueller again. Again, he finds Marini, and now Portillo to Marini again. Here's Abdallah.
You can just tell what fresh legs is doing into this game. Taylor Mueller, full of running, and he is just looking like the most active person on the field right now.
Here's Wilson, who cuts past his man. Into the box goes John Wilson, and still Wilson sets it square. Surely Marini. Oh, the touch was poor. Stays on his feet. Chance maybe for Mueller. Mueller crosses away by Arizona. Well, the Battery had chances as Falvey chests it down. Ferguson goes to ground. It's scrambled away. It'll be a throw-in for Arizona on the far side. I've got about 90 seconds left on my clock.
They certainly have had their chances, and
that looked like a handball there. Play on, says the referee. It's Garza to get it wide. They've got 2 in the middle. Tan is there. Maybe a chance for a strike. It's blocked wide again, this time by Ferguson. Desperately needs something, Arizona. The cross is overhit, and I think that's going to be about it, Dane. There's about a minute to go, but surely not enough time now. I think Charleston go on and win this game. What do you think of the performance tonight?
Well, it's a performance that has been long overdue for this home side. Charleston has been very underwhelming at home, and to be quite honest, throughout this entire season. And this is a bit more like it, is what the fans are going to go home thinking as they leave Daniel Island here tonight.
Lovely slip header on there from Prince. Charleston still full of running. It's Cordovez into the 18-yard box. Oh, he leaves it nicely for Prince, who's tackled. And that will be a corner kick for the Charleston battery, will it? No, it came off Prince last. Goal kick taken quickly into the last minute.
Yeah, Prince wasn't happy with how long that took to get it to him. Cordovez holding it to the last second, and that gave the defenders a chance to recover.
Here's Tan at the other end. Crosses into the near post. Comfortable for Cooper, who bowls it out to Prince. Charleston, time for one more still, perhaps.
But it's been the performance that we're so accustomed to seeing from this Charleston battery squad. They keep possession, they keep the ball well, they defend almost perfectly throughout the entire game, 90 minutes without giving up a goal. And there you have it.
There's the final whistle. Charleston 2, Arizona United 0. For those of you who are watching on the YouTube broadcast, we'll say goodnight to you now. For those of you listening on ESPN Radio 910 AM, stay with us. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show for you. Dane Kelly, the difference tonight, 2 goals for the Jamaican speedster in the first half. That was, they were the difference in the game. 2-0 the final score. We're going to go to break. When we come back, more on ESPN Radio 910 AM.